The town of Willow Creek had always been a quiet place, nestled between rolling hills and sprawling fields. It was a town where everyone knew everyone, where secrets were hard to keep. But even in the most transparent of places, deception could thrive under the guise of love. Eleanor Whitmore had spent her life in this town, her days filled with the monotonous rhythm of small-town life. A schoolteacher by profession, she found solace in the simplicity of her world, until the day she met James Caldwell. James was a stranger to Willow Creek, a man with an air of mystery that sent whispers through the town. He was charming, intelligent, and carried the weight of untold stories in his piercing blue eyes. Their first meeting was incidental. Eleanor's car had broken down outside the local diner, and James had been the one to help her. From that moment on, a connection sparked between them, fragile yet undeniable. Eleanor had never been one for reckless decisions, but something about James pulled her in. He was unlike anyone she had ever known. They spent stolen moments together, long walks by the river, late-night conversations under the stars. But James had secrets, and Eleanor was about to stumble into a truth that would shatter her world. One evening, as they sat by the lake, James turned to her, his expression solemn. "There's something I need to tell you, Eleanor," he murmured. "Something that might change everything." Her heart pounded. "What is it?" James hesitated before whispering the words that would turn her life upside down. "I'm married." The confession sent shockwaves through Eleanor. How had she not seen the signs? The secret phone calls, the weekends when he disappeared without explanation. Everything suddenly made sense. "I never meant to deceive you," James insisted. "I never meant to fall in love." But love wasn't meant to be built on lies. Eleanor was furious, heartbroken. She tried to walk away, to forget him, but the pull between them was undeniable. James's marriage was not what it seemed. His wife, Margaret, was a woman from his past, a marriage forced by obligation rather than love. "She doesn't love me, Eleanor," he pleaded. "She never has. I stayed because I felt I had to. But you make me feel alive." Despite her best efforts, Eleanor could not resist James. Their love was forbidden, but it felt too real to abandon. They met in secrecy, away from prying eyes. Every touch, every stolen kiss was laced with both passion and guilt. But secrets have a way of unraveling. One evening, as Eleanor waited for James at their usual meeting place, a shadow emerged from the trees. It wasn't James. It was Margaret. "I know about you," Margaret said, her voice sharp. "And I know about him." Eleanor's breath caught. "Margaret, Save it," Margaret cut in. "You think you're the first? James has a habit of falling in love. But he never leaves." Eleanor felt her world crashing down. Had she been nothing more than a passing indulgence? The words Margaret spoke burrowed into her mind, planting seeds of doubt. That night, when James arrived, Eleanor confronted him. "Tell me the truth, James. Have there been others?" James sighed, running a hand through his hair. "It's complicated," he admitted. "Margaret and we have a history. I never wanted to hurt you." The betrayal cut deeper than any knife. Eleanor realized that love built on deception could never truly flourish. With a shattered heart, Eleanor made the hardest decision of her life. She walked away. She packed her bags and left Willow Creek, seeking solace in a place where James's shadow could no longer reach her. Months passed, and though the pain lingered, Eleanor found herself again. She rebuilt her life, piece by piece, without the weight of forbidden love dragging her down. One day, she received a letter. It was from James. "I lost you because I wasn't brave enough to be honest. I don't deserve you, but I hope you find the love you truly deserve." Eleanor folded the letter and smiled, a bittersweet feeling washing over her. Love in disguise had brought her both joy and pain, but in the end, it had led her to the one person who truly mattered, herself.